People in town, oh dandy.
Max Graham and Jim Graham. Max and Jim Graham.
Yes, sir.
That's David's uncle.
Yeah.
And Jim Graham, nicknamed Skimpy.
That's Huey's mother.
Jim Graham and Max Johnson.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very definitely. That'd be the long and the short of it, wasn't it?
Yeah. her father was a real character.
What about her fashion there?
So it must be the 39s, 40s. That girl right
Live
across.
across Lola Hull.
Lola Hull.
Ron Ramsey's wife's
Yeah.
mother.
It's my Aunt Lola. She was later Lola Hull. She was Lola Graham.
Spell Lola.
Lola.
That's Skimpy Graham's sister. The Grahams and the O'Neills were a predominant name in town at one time. There were lots of them.
It's David
Same
again.
kid, yeah.
We're pretty sure it's David.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, here comes the hard part.
No, that's Aunt Julia. That's Aunt Julia for sure. That
Oh,
one.
with the fur around her.
Oh, that's Aunt Julia.
Okay, so the other one maybe was Aunt Kathleen.
So Annie died in 1935.
Oh, I love this. This is great. There's so much difference when they're moving. So that's the Fina station. This building on
That's
the right
McCoy's
here
garage,
is the T.T. Odell building, and we don't have a picture of that.
There. Her. Is that Frances?
So there.
But she had a limp, didn't she?
No, you're thinking of
Anna.
Anna, no,
Okay.
Frances.
There.
There, that's Frances Odell.
That's taken from the Marina Theatre.
And she's got red hair.
How about
Because
this?
she went in training after that. She went up to Montreal and became a nurse.
Horse and buggy on the street. It's again the Red Herring building. That's the horse and buggy. That's the kind of wagon they used to use to harvest adults.
Well, that could be Fonzie Donahue. Well, that was our horse, I guess. That was kept over here in the barn right behind, across the street.
Oh, yeah.
A long, low bed.
I love saying it. It was before my time. Yeah.
That's the building where Garden by the Sea is now.
Scullion. That man could be a scullion, that man who was coming in with the
Is that George?
Scullion?
Scullion, possibly.
George Higgins, whoever included it. No, George would have been much younger then.
Up there, see that house right there? That's the house I was born
Frederick
in.
Street.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just across the street from Nancy's.
Yeah.
No, that's Bill Rollins.
Who's the man?
Bill
Uncle
Rollins
Bill.
was the pharmacist in there.
Bill Rollins?
Bill Rollins.
Voice? Okay.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Bill Rollins. Rollins.
The building that he's in became the Rexall drugstore.
That's the Wren drugstore.
That's
Yeah.
the Tradewin Imports to the left. That's Rexall drugstore because they have the scales outside. At the Rexall drugstore.
Yeah. White shirt.
The nose on that one looked like Richard Ross.
That's a Graham there, isn't it?
I think so.
That's a Graham, I think. There's post office.
Yeah.
Red Herring.
I know
The old
that.
scales, I remember them being
Yeah,
up there.
you too.
Is that Freddie Burton's mother's up there house? The
Two
old
sisters.
girls,
The
two
two
of
sisters.
them.
Yeah, two sisters.
Sarah Donahue's?
Sarah and Emily.
Sarah
And
and Emily
Emily
Donahu.
Yeah. That'd be at the corner of that river where the China chest is now.
There's the china chest right there, Nancy.
It's a hole.
Yeah. That's the hole in the ground where
That old street hasn't changed much.
No,
has
it has not.
This is the O'Neill building in the foreground. That's the grocery store with the awning on it.
God.
Yes, it is. So that could be Bill O'Neill's father, Alphonsus.
Which, on the left or right?
On the left, he was a bigger man.
that's in front of O'Neill's store. There was a grocery store and a restaurant in there. That place just that you see just ahead there, that was the undertaking parlor and the barbers.
I had 31 or 32 Ford, and that's before that.
There was a license plate in the back of that.
Yeah, that'd be back late 20s, I think.
This is way back before our time.
Not that far before our time.
Don't say that. That could have been my father walking there.
Well, I was wondering about that myself.
Were you? Yeah. I remember those scales out in front.
Yeah.
Except the post office is there. So that's the awning. And there's a scale as well up in front of the O'Neill grocery store. He's having his ice cream.
Now that's going right up the front street.
Yeah.
That would be O'Neill's cows, probably.
O'Neill's cows.
Yeah, and they used to take them over to St. Andrew's Island and leave them there all summer.
See, that car's before mine, so
Yeah.
that's in the late 30s. And that building there looks like behind the O'Neill where the Save Easy is now.
Right.
They had the feed store.
Oh, that's
in
right.
there.
Yeah.
There's the same car with the window screens removed.
Early 20s, you think, that car?
Or 20s, mid-20s or whatever.
Mid-20s?
Yeah.
There's the movie theater, the Marina Theatre.
Look at that truck.
I don't know whose truck that
Named
is.
after royalty.
Yeah, Princess Marina.
Oh, yeah?
Marina Theatre's where the Harbourfront restaurant is. And that was the Quoddy Coal Company.
Who's that with the bad leg?
He's got a club foot.
There's no foot.
Yeah, I don't remember who that would have been.
There's no foot.
Could have lost it in the trenches. Now the man with the pipe was in a couple of the earlier. No, I'm guessing it could be Bill's father.
That's not Bob Stinson, is it?
Looks like him. They must.
Fresh fish for supper. That almost looks like my dad.
Oh, yeah.
The guy with the fish on his finger.
Stinson.
Whose father?
Danny Haney Stinson. That looks like Frank O'Neill right there, doesn't it? Little boy? The boy with the...
No.
He's lining them all up there.
It was
That's the
icy,
icy.
yeah.
Okay, because my mom's maiden name was Fisher.
Oh.
That's why I reacted
You
to
know what
that.
that kid looks like on the left? Bud Stewart.
Getting the feed out of the.
No, is this feed?
That
Yeah,
I would say, yeah, for coming over to the O'Neill structure, I would think. In there where the Savey is, Easy is, had a big feed thing there, and then a little later had a big ice making and frozen cold storage.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Marina Theatre.
There's a theater
Yeah.
with what? Ed Finnigan run that, didn't he?
Yeah, and Bill O'Neill.
Did Uncle Willie at one
I've
point?
heard that he and Mr. Finnigan
Now
both
that's at
owned it
Alice's
together.
store.
Both owned it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
already
A.E. O'Neill.
To the
store.
left was our great aunt's had
Alice,
a
two of
O'Neill.
them.
Two of them
Annie
had a
and
millinery
Alice.
store.
O'Neill.
That's Miss O'Neill's across the street, the
Yeah.
store, and that was Bob Stinson's grocery store.
That is the front of Archie Shirley's. The Odell store burned in 1930, and they moved into where Stinson's was, which was the Archie Shirley building, which became the Stinson building.
You know who had the wagon? Fred Nutter.
Yes, they're all wood. That's what they meant. Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
With her
We
hedge.
call that the other house where Jeff Holmes now lives and has lived for a few, you know.
I wish I could read this paper. I can't quite read it.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Another ice cream. Where's that?
The restaurant.
That's
Somebody bringing
That's the
flowers to
back
his
of the,
wife?
that's the back of
That's
the
the
store.
back of the store,
The back
yeah.
door of the
Going in the
store.
back door.
I bet you that was that Janet Kennedy and Margaret Snell. I bet you. George Goodall. Joe Goodall.
George?
Joe Goodall. That fellow.
The missus, his mother, was the caretaker of the jail.
Yeah, right.
What's
Jenny.
his first name, Joe?
His first name was Joe. Joseph Goodall.
Well, there's horse and buggies here, so this is,
This is the front of the Shire town, right?
this is.
Okay,
There's
that's the
Uncle
Kennedy.
Willie. Is that
There's
not
Willie
Uncle Willie?
O'Neill right there in the
Right
front.
there with his back to us.
Just on one person,
I
and
know,
then,
and
then
it
they
moves.
move.
Just turned his back.
This one?
On
Yeah.
the right.
On the right.
Yeah.
I think that's Harry Hashey right there.
That's Harry Hashey with the necktie. Who's that? I wonder who that is, Nancy.
I don't know. Emaciated poor soul.
Not Dusty Richardson.
Yeah, it looks like a Gibson profile.
And of course, Harry Hashey has a daughter in Sussex and another one in St. John. The two brothers are dead. But he had been a professor at St. Yvonne's when Uncle Willie was there. He was his professor.
In front of the
Kennedy
town hall.
Hotel,
Yeah, there's
the bank.
the bank and the town hall in back there. There's the girls all getting their picture taken. They're waving it.
Okay, Welch Coal, Marina Theatre's to the right.
Welch Coal. Quoddy Coal Company, was it?
Is that where Ed Finnigan had
Isn't
his
that it?
stuff?
Yeah, in by the theater.
Yeah. And pointing at the camera. That's not Ed Finnigan, is it?
By the way,
They're
those
trotting
three are
Yeah,
walking.
I think it
I think
is.
that's Ed Finnigan in front of that.
85. I think this is David Graham.
Oh.
How old is he there?
Oh, at least
Three or four.
3.
That must be where, before Finnigan got the coal.
Must have been.
Quoddy
Yeah, 'cause that's
coal.
before my time.
Because that's where the coal shop was, and that would have been, on the left would have been Stinson's grocery store.
Right.
Burnt down. Welch Coal.
I don't know who that is trying to hide behind.
Doris? Would that be Doris?
Oh, it could be. Yeah, I think probably it is. Well, he's manhandling it.
Yeah. Probably his wife, Doris Gove. Her grandfather was the doctor that came in on the immigrant boat, the Jeannie Johnson.
When did the coal shop turn into the theatre?
He still always had an office when we were children, in one section of it.
There were
Here in the
as long
50s.
as I remember, it's
It's
been.
been there in the 50s.
He's going fishing down,
Right.
down the road, got the hip boots on.
Yeah.
It just, the look of the sidewalk there, no, it may very well be concrete.
Yes, right there, yeah.
Well, but they tarred our roads every summer. Because I remember being in school and you knew that the tar truck was in town because you could smell it and you thought, okay, I can get into that on the way home.
Now see, the wharf's on this side of the post office. Now it's on the other side.
Yes, we used to walk right down.
King Street, that's David Bartlett's office on the left there.
Used to be Irwin's house one time.
That was the old Parker house they tore down.
Yeah.
Had slave manacles in the basement.
Wren store, I remember that. That was in front of the.
All those ladies traveling somewhere. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Joan
her, Joan
Calderhead.
Calderhead.
No, not Joan, the mother. Oh, that's Joan Calderhead
yeah.
on the
that's-
right.
Joan who?
With the
There's
Joan Costello Calderhead,
The daughter of
the daughter
This one on the
of
right?
the, yes,
Yeah.
the plaid
Exactly.
skirt.
Oh, lunches.
Just as
Lunches,
lunches.
homemade ice cream.
Homemade ice
That
cream.
was Canada's longest continually operating lunch counter was that place.
Not a pair of slacks in the crowd.
Length of the dresses, 50s?
Yep.
Early 50s?
I would guess. And the gals all wore hats,
Yeah.
dressed up if they were going out of town.
My grandmother plunked a hat on her head and shut up the door. It was
Yeah.
That could be about 1950. I mean, like, not very far into the 50s.
All women. With a hat on her.
Yeah.
Boy, that's quite an angle.
That's way back, because the bus stop used to be at Brown's Restaurant, eh, Dot?
Yes.
Where Andreas Hahn has that store now.
Uncle John's by the
is he
with the
leaving
white
too?
jacket.
Yeah,
He's
it's John
waving goodbye.
O'Neill.
That's
Yeah,
John
it's
O'Neill.
in the white jacket.
That's our uncle.
That's close to the corner of William and Water. Now that has an OAST on it for coast. Sydney, Halifax.
Sydney Cape
Oh,
Breton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Carmelita.
The wharf.
Look how short the wharf looks.
Well, I guess it hasn't got all the end on it. Been up in
There's the
town.
hardware
It was up in
store,
the
yeah.
Kennedy.
Cockburn's.
Take a look at her.
I don't remember ever seeing
I think
anything
that
like
looked like
that.
Mom.
I don't remember ever seeing a carriage like that though, David.
No, I don't. This is quite a bit later, this one, isn't it?
There's Bobby
There's
Cockburn.
Bobby Cockburn, for
Blue-
sure.
Blue vest.
Oh, we all know
Definitely
Bobby
Bobby
Cockburn.
Cock.
Car accident.
And
Putting up the
slow-mo.
telephone poles.
.32 on the license plate.
John and Bill's house.
John?
John O'Neill and Bill O'Neill were brothers. They were the last owners.
Well, that house is, the whole front is different from the now.
They had the
50s? No way.
Maxwell put a front
Dad wasn't
porch
married
on
then, so
there.
it's
He
been around
designed a
40.
front porch.